Now, an Israeli newspaper is reporting that an Israeli army helicopter may have fired on partygoers at the dance festival that was attacked by Hamas fighters on October the 7th. More than 360 people were killed at the festival in southern Israel. Haaretz is quoting an unnamed police source citing an investigation. Well, according to the paper, a combat helicopter arriving at the scene fired on Hamas fighters and apparently also hit some festival participants. The paper also says Hamas did not plan the attack on the Nova Music Festival, but chose to do it spontaneously. Let's speak now to Hamdah Salhut. She's in occupied East Jerusalem for us. So pretty extraordinary revelations, Hamdah. Talk to us about this investigation that's being reported.
Well, a few different findings in this police report that was leaked by an official to Haaretz. The first one was that Hamas's attack on the Nova Music Festival on October 7th was not premeditated, and there wasn't really a way for them to have prior knowledge about the festival, specifically on that Saturday, because the organizers for the event requested an extension of the party. So it was actually only supposed to be held on Thursday and Friday, but after approval from the army, it was also extended to Saturday. The second revelation was that an Israeli attack helicopter that was dispatched to shoot on Hamas fighters at the scene may have apparently killed some Israelis fleeing the area as well. And the third thing that it mentions, the security officials are now sure in their assertion, according to the sources in the Haaretz piece, that there were around 4,400 festival goers and that the party actually ended once the red alert sirens and interceptions were heard overhead, and that the gunfire happened 30 minutes later. So in the beginning stages, when the rocket fire was happening, that's actually when most of the people began to flee. And then 30 minutes after is when the exchanges of fire started to happen.
And also, Hamdah, what's the latest we've been hearing there from the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu?
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in his nightly address, speaking about a variety of topics. The main one really is the issue of the captives, saying that there's no deal whatsoever on the table and that there's not going to be a ceasefire until they are brought back into Israeli territory. Now, something interesting that he noted was the growing international pressure against Israel and their continuous military campaign and assault on the Gaza Strip. He said that he had to start allowing aid into Gaza because international support was waning, and there was no way the international community, even allies, were going to stand by Israel and continue supporting them in their war. He said that it came with pressure from the United States, even though the U.S. is a big Israel backer when it comes to weapons and munitions. But the Israeli Prime Minister said that he himself is trying to change the narrative by talking to American media almost every day, Laura.
OK, Hamdah Salhut bringing us the latest from occupied East Jerusalem. Thanks, Hamdah.